As you can see, we had a nice, quiet spot out in the country, the White House and the Red Barn and the garden out in the back and a yard full of kids, and everything looked really wonderful. However, inside our house was a whole different story. There were all kinds of red flags that I refused to see. I always figured I was just lucky to be met with Mr. Wonderful. It was usually around the 5 o'clock hour that I could feel the stress levels come up in our house. You ready things where, is he going to pick on this? If I don't pick that up, or if that isn't done, it was like I'm readying the scene.
Sometimes Daddy hurts Mommy.
No, you shut up. Get out! No, you get out.
It's really scary. I don't like it when Daddy gets mad. Sometimes Daddy hurts me too.
I was in the Marine Corps from 98 to 04, and I was in Special Forces. While I was over there, I felt like I had purpose in my life, and I came back and I just felt lost. I couldn't really turn it off when I got home. Just a lot of paranoia, hypersensitivity, always checking the doors to make sure they were locked, couldn't sleep at night, had nightmares. Some of the stuff I saw over there just really stuck with me. And then I get back here and I couldn't fit in. I was too paranoid even to go to the grocery store. Little things would set me off. All I wanted to do was drink and fight. And I was missing that feeling of adrenaline that I had over there. I got into a physical altercation with some cops, and I wasn't per se attacking them, but I was seeing Gannies shooting at me from the doorways and from around the corners and from outside in the trees, and I was trying to escape from that. Whenever the cops would come and try and arrest me, I would keep them away and use my training. I'm lucky I didn't get shot. My girlfriend, we got into a bad fight, and it escalated to the point we were swatting at each other, and I stiff-armed her to push her away from me, and I pushed against her neck, and she went against the side of the car, and she passed out.
Yeah, he hit us. However, the emotional garbage that he slung around in our house was much more horrendous than anything. Anything that I wanted, needed, or did was an infringement on him and everybody else. I didn't realize it for a long time that I stopped breathing. It was like holding on to the electric fence. I cannot remember. By the grace of God, I was turned on to that. The biggest thing for me is that they validated my experience, and they enabled me to nurture myself, to begin to breathe again. Yoga is about breathing, and breathing, life back into the rest of your body. Breathing what's good in and breathing back out. That was a huge part.
It's okay to feel sad.
I found out about DAP, and at first I was like, well, I'm gonna just keep to myself and I'm not gonna open up to these guys, and I got nothing in common with any of these guys. Well, after about 3 or 4 weeks, I was looking forward to it and I liked it. I have never been in another group that I felt as comfortable as I did in the Change Step program, and that's because it's other vets, it's other guys who are struggling. It was tough because it was uncomfortable, and you had to face your demons, and you had to want change. That was a big part of what we learned in DAP, is we'd made foolish decisions and abusive behaviors, but we weren't abusers. And we were taught we can change, and that was totally empowering.
DAP feels like home. I feel safe.
They were there, and I saw that they were there for a lot of women and their children. And I know they were there for men too.
My fish, it takes my mind off things. It gives me something to focus on, gives me a purpose. My life is so much more manageable because I have a different attitude and a different view of myself, and I'm not so self-destructive and want to bring down everything around me like I used to be now. I have a feeling of hope, and that hope tells me that I can change and become a better man, and that's huge.
My life is much more calm. I have a new job. I went to school, and I have a nice relationship with my kids. The biggest thing was that somebody got the craziness that I had been living in for so many years.